I met Ozymandias in the Secretariat. Ozymandias, the mighty emperor, seeker of everlasting greatness, who caused a colossal statue of himself to be made to ensure for him eternal fame. Shelley in Ozymandias refers to the impermanence of power by pointing to the decayed remains of that enormous statue, two vast trunkless legs and a shattered visage that lie neglected on a desert path, vaingloriously telling the passerby with the sneer of cold command, "I am Ozymandias, King of Kings." Yesterday I met Ozymandias in the Secretariat, wearing disheveled clothes and holding an old diary in his hand. He was standing in the corner. "Wasn't he a minister once?" I asked my friend. I invited him to my room, talked pleasantries, and served him tea. He had come to inquire about some small matter. I called the officials concerned and gave him the information that he had sought. He thanked me profusely, in all humility, and left the room. "Why show such courtesy to these people?" my friend who was in my room asked me. When he was in power, had he shown any courtesy to anyone? Hadn't he shoved around a youngster who came to submit a petition? Then there was that hush-hush incident of his slapping a guard and the guard slapping him back. Then the furor over flinging a file at the face of a woman official at a conference. My friend was reeling off his charge sheet against the former minister. Another officer who joined the discussion chose to react philosophically. Some people lose their sight when in power. They become sort of Dhritarashtra. What do we do when the ruler who has to see all turns blind? My friend continued in unmitigated anger. This happens when the cur and the clown comes to occupy the golden throne. But it all depends on the quality of those who sit there, I intervened to say. There are some ministers who are always courteous in their behavior. They are all aware of their limitations. They show respect for others. There is decency and dignity in their dealings with their subordinates. There are others who are veritable embodiments of arrogance. They will berate anyone they come across, assert on things they are totally ignorant about, throw to the winds all rules and regulations, will claim that if they commit wrongs, it is because they have a right to do so, and will insist on compliance by others. When a new government assumes office, the employees often make their assessment within a week. So-and-so is decent. What a good minister he is. About the others they say, what sort of a minister is he? Pity we have to bear this cross. Both the groups have power in their hands. The difference is in the way that power is used. What distinguishes this behavior is the quality of the lesson they learn from the time they started to crawl as a child. Yes, as you sow, so you reap. Who is a good ruler? Solomon was a good ruler. He never dismissed anyone or anything as insignificant. Once, when he was riding along with his retinue, he came across a long line of ants hastening towards their hole. Though aware that they would be trampled under the hooves of the horses, they continued to go in a line, one after the other. No ant tried to trample another in a bid to save itself. Solomon learned a lesson about selflessness from these tiny ants. Indeed, for a ruler, no one is insignificant. Dilip of our Puranas pleads to the lion that jumped over his cow to spare the cow under his care and eat him instead. Those occupying the golden throne should realize one thing: do not ignore or insult those who made them sit on it. There are many things that do not submit to authority. Or ask Emperor Ptolemy. He once asked mathematician Euclid, "Is there a shorter road to learning geometry?" Euclid replied, "There is no royal road to geometry." Rulers should approach knowledge with humility. They should not try to eclipse knowledge with their arrogance. Is haughtiness a twin of power? If you think so, it is because you see many a haughty and arrogant ruler around you. Remember, the values that one learns from childhood, if those values do not lose their sheen, power will not be corrupted by arrogance. You need not go far to seek examples. Remember Lal Bahadur Shastri, who was wedded to simplicity. Why blame ministers? Their number is considerably small. What about the conceit and the contemptuousness vaunted by the bureaucracy, whose number is much more? If anyone going to the village office, police station, or registration office feels that he is like Abhimanyu, trapped in Padma Vyuha, the responsibility squarely rests with the masterclass attitude of the officials. The general public cannot be blamed if they harbor the view that to get things done in a government office, some palms were to be greased. There is a monstrous in Greek mythology, Medusa. Know what the hero Perseus did when he went to defeat her? He just held aloft a mirror in front of her face, and Medusa fell down dead, seeing in the mirror the monstrosity of her own face. Bureaucracy is like Medusa. But no one tries to hold a mirror up to it. Times, however, have changed. No one should forget that. If they do not improve themselves, the time may come when people shall come forward and show them the way out. When I met Ozymandias in the Secretariat, I remembered the spider in a poem. The spider believed that the world was under its feet, but its devious net collapses when a strong gust blows its way. Seeing this, the poet says, "I then remembered each of the empires that man gave shape to in the vastness of time." Shakespeare must have seen our government offices. That is why he wrote, "The hell is empty, all the devils are here." Power is psychotropic. It is an intoxicant, hallucinant. It causes giddiness. The feet may falter and one may fall down. Like patience on a monument, Ozymandias silently proclaims the transience of power. Certainly, Ozymandias has a message for all, a loud message for all times. Yes, the silence of Ozymandias sounds good.